What's going on? Mitchell Renz, Tom Downey here. You're watching NFL Daily on Chat Sports. We got the latest NFL news and rumors ready to crack open for y'all here. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're not already, the most interactive YouTube channel. So, Tom, the first rumor that we're talking about here is around Matthew Stafford and his injury update. Tell me what's going on here.
Well, he's got fractured bones in his back, and that's bones plural, by the way. This is a very weird situation to me because Matt Patricia is calling it day-to-day, week-to-week with a fractured back. Now, maybe it's just a hairline fracture, and it's not like, a totally, completely broken back, which I'm sure it is. But also, your back is broken. Probably from the weight of trying to carry this Detroit Lions team for the past couple of years.
Tom point.
At this point, speaking of points, you have to wonder when you just shut down Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. No,
I did not see.
You didn't see my note?
I did not see that note there.
His back is sore from carrying the team.
Yeah.
That is my note.
Didn't see that note for the show.
Tom doesn't read the notes. But Jeff Driscoll, I thought he looked better than Mitchell Trubisky. Maybe that's not saying much, but 27 to 46 this past week, 269 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Yeah, well, he looked like Jeff Driscoll. I mean, I think ultimately, though, if you're the Lions, you definitely have to consider shutting down Stafford. However, it's going to get ugly if they do that because I rip on Matthew Stafford more than anyone. My dude deserves a lot of credit. You want a dark horse MVP candidate? Matthew Stafford was a dark horse MVP candidate, and unfortunately, he got hurt. So it's not a good bet to bet on Matthew Stafford on BetDSI to win MVP. But if you guys have any predictions on who you think is going to win MVP, go bet on them at BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook, chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NFL120 for 120% deposit bonus. So for the people that are watching us live right here, I want you to throw in the comment section who you think is going to win the MVP. And then I'm going to come find you. I'm going to shout you out. And then I'm going to tell you to go to BetDSI and put your money where your mouth is. Tom, one of your dark horses to win MVP is Dak.
Yeah, and now the debate is whether or not Dak's going to get the franchise tag here. That was the report from Ian Rappaport that there's been no progress made on a contract for Dak Prescott, that everything's trending right now towards a franchise tag. I will make note, though, guys, it's November. So
this guy,
it's a little,
he has a calendar.
It's a little bit early to decide, well, franchise tag, that's what's going to happen. I'm disappointed that if this is accurate, there wasn't much progress there. I also don't think they're very far off in their negotiations. The Cowboys are aware that the price tag for Dak Prescott is going to come in above Jared Goff.
I mean, you have Russell Wilson.
Look at how Jared Goff's played. Who's better?
Yeah, no, it's
Dak.
It's not even close. I mean, Russell Wilson, Ben Roethlisberger, somebody on To Catch a Predator, Jared Goff, and Carson Wentz. Here are the top highest paid quarterbacks right now per year. I think Dak, I don't think he's up there with Russell Wilson, Rodgers, and I'll actually still probably take Wentz, but if you're an advocate of Dak, you're like, all right, well, Dak owns Carson Wentz. I definitely know Dak's better than Jared Goff. Ben Roethlisberger, sure, he's not playing this year, but sooner or later, you're going to have to pay him. That's a fact. So type in your votes here, guys. You guys are watching us live here on Chat Sports. What should Dallas do with Dak? Type P for pay or type T for tag? You're it.
Thank you, Mitch. I think it's very obvious. You pay Dak Prescott. The alternative to Dak Prescott is what right now? It's Cooper Rush. Dak Prescott, you just saw it last night, and you've seen it several times throughout this year. He's balled out. He and Amari Cooper have special chemistry. It's working. The passing game is working. You pay Dak Prescott because all you do by tagging him is you run the risk of setting yourself up in a Kirk Cousins scenario with the Redskins where you tag him, all of a sudden it's too expensive, you don't want to pay him. Someone says Tua's the alternative to Dak. How are you going to get Tua picking 24 overall? How are you going to pull that off? And you're just going to say, just take a first-round quarterback. Okay. That was going to be Paxton Lynch. It was a disaster. You have a sure thing right now in Dak Prescott. Yes, it becomes more difficult once you pay a quarterback and you have less money to spend elsewhere, but the alternative is you're stuck in quarterback purgatory. That's a bad place. Do we not remember what happened in between Tony Romo and Troy Aikman? It was bad. You pay Dak Prescott. It's a pretty easy discussion there.
Let's go to Rob Gronkowski. Man, love seeing Rob Gronkowski here on NFL Daily. Is my man returning back to the NFL?
I don't think so. Now, the rumors are not going to die.
I'm hoping.
They're never going to die.
Type Gronk in the comments section if you want to see Gronk back on the NFL.
They're never going to die because it's Gronk, it's fun, it's intriguing. Here's the thing, and I get it. Patriots owner Robert Kraft told Gronk when he retired, hey, I want you back for the stretch run. Also, can I just make note, why is this coming out now? Why is this only coming out in early November? Shouldn't that have come out immediately? Or the other 5 times we talked about this? Almost like it kind of was sat on just to help generate some views for NFL.com later on in the year. Look, his decision has to come by November 30th. There's been no indication beyond hopeful optimism that he's going to come back for the season. There's no indication.
I mean, I think when you look at... I mean, I know Gronk has lost some weight, and he's also obviously battled a lot of injuries, and I think Gronk can do a lot off the field. I think he's going to have a bright career, which I think a lot of people don't talk about. Not many NFL players, I think, can have the career that Gronk's going to have and abilities to make money. So I agree with you. I don't think Rob Gronkowski will return, but guess what, Tom? This show, not about you and me. It's about y'all. So will Gronk return to the Patriots this season? Type Y for yes or type N for no. And for everyone who's typing Y for yes, give me your best reason why that you think Gronk is going to return. Is it for another ring? I think that's the only reason, but he's got plenty of those.
Gronk would only come back if he misses the game, and I don't think he does because he's aware his body's taking him. Like Gronk at the end of last year, the man was broken. I mean, they threw him out there for that Hail Mary play against the Dolphins, and he couldn't turn. It was like watching a boat try and turn. Like it just wasn't pretty. It was slow. It was awkward. It was ugly.
For everyone who's watching the show right now, I want you to take a screenshot of this, and I want you to tweet it at Rob Gronkowski. Rob, I'm telling you right now, please come back. And also make sure you guys tag me, though, at Mitchell Renz 365. I'll share it on all my stuff. So we are the #1 YouTube channel for NFL content. We're trying to get to 150K subscribers. The link is below. Click that big red button, youtube.com/chatsportstv. The link is in the chat. We're doing all sorts of interactive stuff here. We do live Q&A. We do NFL news, rumors. But if you love the NFL, like I do, like Tom does, like Jesus is Beast and Kyle Has do, make sure you guys subscribe, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Let's go to a man who I don't know if he likes the NFL, and I don't know what's going on in his mind. It's Antonio Brown. Oh,
do you want to do it, or should I?
If I do it, I'm just going to start chanting FAB.
There it is. That's all I wanted you to say. Was just say FAB.
Everyone type FAB in the comments section.
Here's the update per Adam Schefter, is that Antonio Brown not expected to play this year for one main reason. The NFL is still investigating Antonio Brown, and they would probably put him on the commissioner's exempt list if he were to sign with a team. And in that scenario, a team must play him or pay him.
Yeah.
So you're paying him for nothing because at this point, it's November. I don't know if this deal is going to be finished up there. Now, Brown's going to meet with the NFL this week over a sexual assault accusation, which apparently upset him because this was him on Twitter. Feel free to
amazing.
Bleep me here, Mitch.
No, you're good.
Imagine conforming to a system, giving it 100% to see them treat me like this unfairly. Making money off my sweat and blood, the NFL. I'll never play in that shit. Treat black people the worst. Clear my name and go yourself. Now, this next tweet then, after you deleted this, came out later today. Now, Mitchell, one of these tweets wasn't sent by Antonio Brown. Which one wasn't sent? Type 1 or 2 in the comment section.
This is amazing. I'm just very
frustrated. Because one of them has punctuation.
I know. Oh, I love football and I miss it. I just want to play and I'm very emotional about that. I'm determined to make my way back to the NFL ASAP. FAB. Matty Holt, it got blocked because you dropped the F word. Say Tom AB instead. Tom, absolutely hilarious. The question I'm going to ask you guys, what team will Antonio Brown play for next? I do think that Antonio Brown will play in the NFL again.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen in the offseason because what happens in the offseason, people forget about him. People are like, yeah, Antonio Brown's a great receiver.
So I'm going to trade Brandon Cooks in my Dynasty League because I'm worried about those concussions.
So Camden Hammer says none. Barrett says the Ravens. What team will Antonio Brown play for next?
Max says the Eagles. That one, I actually kind of like that one.
The Dolphins. You know what? Send him to the Dolphins. Send him to Cleveland. Yeah. I don't care. Throw it in the comments section.
I don't know about the Ravens. I don't know if that's the best route for them to go.
I mean, they're doing okay now, I think. Yeah. Anyway, they're 7-2. Let's now go to another bird team.
Nice.
Thanks. The Atlanta Falcons, Tom. A lot of injuries there.
Pyrrhic victory, I believe is the term. Devonta Freeman, Austin Hooper, both injured in the win over the Saints. Freeman initially diagnosed with a foot sprain. He's getting an MRI on Monday. Remember, they just placed Ito Smith on IR, so if Freeman is unable to go, that means B.J. Hill and Kenyon Barner plus Quadri Olison are the next ones up there.
So, I mean, when you look at overall the Falcons, though, I still think that the NFL is a absolutely crazy, it's just insane. The fact that this Falcons team could go on and beat the Saints, I think it's a good story, but the story I think that's been plaguing this Falcons team is them not being able to stay healthy whatsoever. So, I mean, you look at the Falcons, the running back situation, they got obviously an interesting tight end situation, but overall, Tom, I couldn't believe that they won this game. And if anybody else was surprised that the Falcons won this week, type surprise or type Falcons in the comments section. But also some injuries around Austin Hooper.
Yeah, Hooper probably going to miss some time. That leaves Luke Stalker, who played with the Tennessee Titans before this. Graham is on their roster as well. Carson Meyer, he is banged up, or he's on the practice squad. So if Hooper misses a lot of time, maybe they add a third tight end because Graham and Stalker both played. But we'll see what happens. Hooper's having a pretty big year in a contract season, so that's an unfortunate injury for him, just long-term looking ahead to his overall injury status.
So we got a giveaway alert. Do I got your attention? I hope I do. So who wants a chance to win a custom-fitted sports jacket, Tom? I'm going to go on my phone. I'm going to go on Kashiyama right now. I'm going to shout the people out who follow Kashiyama on Instagram, at Kashiyama Tailors. You tell people what's going down here and why they should follow Kashiyama.
All right, Kashiyama makes custom-fitted suits and sports jackets. If you follow them on Instagram, you are entered to win one for free. We'll give that away this coming Sunday here later on in November. So go follow them on Instagram, at Kashiyama Tailors. Oh, by the way.
Just Greg Things followed him on Instagram.
There you go, right on cue. We are also going to give away $25 on Venmo to somebody if Kashiyama hits 3,125 followers during today's live show. So go follow them on Instagram.
Holmes, shout out to you.
The link is already in the chat for you guys, so go follow them on Instagram at Kashiyama Tailors. Less than 50 away there, 3,125. If we get there, we'll give away $25 on Venmo.
Give Kashiyama a follow on Instagram. Troy Daniel said he already did. Angel M says I don't have Instagram. Well, guess what? It's 2019. It's pretty cool. You can download the app. I want to give a shout out though to Just Greg Things and then Ruben Account and then Quentin Holmes.
Nice.
They just followed Kashiyama on Instagram. And if you want a shout out on the show, chance to win $25 and maybe even a free jacket, go give Kashiyama a follow on Instagram right now. Let's go to Adam Gase, who I think even if he wore a Kashiyama jacket, Tom, he wouldn't look good in it. My man,
he's got everybody.
You got to get rid of him.
It doesn't make sense to me. That was me making sure I didn't swear.
It's
on one hand, I think this is just Jets ownership saying it's November, and also if you had made plans for him at the end of the year, you'd probably just do it now.
Yep.
Like if you already made that decision, you would have done it by now. But look, Gase is 2-7 this year. He's lost 10 of his last 12. There's time for the Jets to come to their senses. You got to prioritize Sam Darnold. Is Darnold the best thing right now or is Gase the best thing for Sam Darnold? I don't think so.
No, I don't think Adam Gase has ever been good. The only time he's ever been good is with Peyton Manning. And between you and me, Tom, I think you're very, very intelligent. You'd even be, Hall of Fame caliber with Peyton Manning. So what should the Jets do with Adam Gase? Type K for keep, type F for fire. The Jets, you know what they should also do? Follow Kashiyama on Instagram. I want to give some shout-outs to Don and Barrett Browning _30. Followed Kashiyama on IG.
I think the solution here is you fire Adam Gase, and maybe you do. Maybe you go back to Matt Rule and said, "Hey, remember how we didn't let you hire your own staff? We're sorry. We'll let you hire the staff this time around."
I think you guys absolutely. I think you got to fire him. I mean, everyone type fire Gase in the comments. Type F. Type anything you want. I just don't understand how you could watch this man realistically ruin a Dolphins team. Now, absolutely just ruin a Jets team.
Everywhere Adam Gase goes, it seems like they alienate the best players.
But his thing
maybe not a good thing.
The thing is, though, he's a quarterback whisperer, right, Tom?
Yeah,
well, maybe Adam Gase needs to start screaming because it ain't working in New York. Let's go to the Dolphins, Tom, who are on a 2-game winning streak.
That's a 2-game losing streak for them. Got it. This is an unsurprising note, but I thought it was important anyway. The Dolphins were among 17 NFL teams to go check out the LSU-Bama Game of the Year matchup. Among them were Chris Greer and two of his top scouts. That was actually the biggest contingent sent by an NFL team for a college football game, or for that game at least. Miami has 3 first-rounders. They obviously want a quarterback because it ain't Ryan Fitzpatrick, clearly ain't Josh Rosen long-term. Tua and Joe Burrow, in my eyes, and I believe the eyes of most NFL teams as well, they are both worthy of that number 1 overall pick. Both of them have been pretty incredible so far this season.
I watch a lot more college football now than I ever have thanks to BetDSI, but I watched Joe Burrow and Tua. This was one of the most entertaining games that I've seen in a very, very long time. My question for you, though, Tom, did Miami Dolphins kind of screw themselves?
Not yet. If they lose out, they'll be fine. The draft order, though, has undergone a bit of a change.
Who do you think wins, the Bengals or the Miami Dolphins?
The Bengals will win because they'll still get to keep the number 1 overall pick. So they're thinking next level there. That way they don't go. You don't want to go 0-16. That's really bad. You might not be able to recover from that in terms of your culture. That's just such a bad losing mark to go on. But the Dolphins are now behind the Giants and the Redskins. Now, they're not going to go quarterback. Okay. The Jets aren't going to go quarterback either. But let's say this order holds. Bengals, I think at that point they take Burrow because bungle for Burrow is just too perfect. Redskins, Giants. Those teams don't need even Chase. Well, the Redskins don't necessarily need Chase Young. Giants would love him. But if you're the Redskins, don't you want to trade down? Now, the Jets aren't going to go quarterback. The Falcons probably aren't going to go quarterback. The Browns aren't going to go quarterback. I don't think Denver, Arizona does, but the Bucs should go quarterback. If you're Tampa, don't you want to move up? If you're Tennessee and you finish with maybe 6-10, don't you want to move up? If the Chargers lose Phillip Rivers, for example, maybe you don't. Maybe you move up. So that's the danger of finishing 4th. It's not that the Redskins are going to take a quarterback. It's that, you might miss out on your opportunity with if a team trades up, and then you get yourself into a Bears-Trubisky scenario where you feel the need to move up before your guy.
Make sure you guys don't miss any draft talk whatsoever. Make sure you guys are subscribed here, youtube.com/chatsportstv.